welcome back to another fine episode of Piper Duck, and welcome back to the start of 2023 calving season. First baby on the ground, and yes, it's a blinkety cold day, but calf looks good and mama is making all the right noises, and see there's already a teat that's got cleaned off a bit. So we'll make sure that they're all settled. I'll probably come in here later on and blow some nice straw up in this corner for them. So yeah, another good mama. Little girl. Yeah. And see, that's how this works. Weirdly enough, we run these two pens. I feed over here, make sure there's good bedding on both sides, and then for whatever reason they all like to calve up here. So it's kind of one of the reasons we're kind of designing this system where there'll be shelters here and here, and then we're probably going to put up some sort of a bigger shelter system up here for this. So yeah, I'm gonna go and leave her alone. She's doing really good. Yay. Hey, mama. Yeah, it never gets old. Honestly. And the nice thing is, I couldn't remember who she was, but she's actually like a round 2 pick from the N year. So she's, oh, what does that work out to be? Yeah, she's about 8 years old. But yeah, you can clap her, scratch her bum. Wee baby is a right good strong high 80s, maybe even a 90 pounder. It's a little heifer. And yeah, she's making the rounds on all the quarters, which is good. Nice little white beard. That's right. Sadly, we know for a fact she's going to lose the tip of her ears. Mom kept licking at her all last night. Really good mama. But it got down to like minus 27 or minus 28 last night, and I know her right ear, probably half of it's going to be gone. But the thing is, she'll be a keeper anyway, because the mum's really nice. She's the sentiment that we really look for. Talking, calm, doesn't get riled up too much. And that's like 24 hours after birth. So yeah, that's right. We're gonna keep your baby and you'll get to spend all your time with her. Yeah, okay, we're gonna let you through. Gotta give her a tag and give her baycocks. She'll be right to go. Okay, there we go. See, what I do is when I feed them, hey darling, I do a walk along the backside and check all of the hoochie mamas. Yeah, that's where the calver's sea shanty comes in handy, the jiggly bums. It's kind of handy when Mrs. Piper Duck is here, because I'll walk the back, she'll walk the front, and I'll point at whatever one, and then she'll give me the numbers, and then we'll just sort of keep an eye on that, and that'll be our lists for the next couple of days. I've got about 5, I think, on the short list right now. This one right here, this is Sheena 71. She's top of that list, and there's a young third timer that's also top. Yeah, so where is it? Oh, there she is. It's tucked up in the straw just to the left of that bell ring, away back at the fence line. Yeah, she went over there, sniffed at the young bulls, and then just laid down in the straw, and Mum's having some of that highway grass that I had in there. So here's the funny part. Didn't plan this. But that is the last of the third cut. That pure alfalfa. That's the last of it, just as calving starts. Didn't plan it that way, but it's kind of handy because now I can start getting the silage ration made up, start laying it out. Some had said, look, why I'm only giving the big herd the third cut and none of these guys. Well, these guys have been getting low quality hay and then the green feed oats to kind of balance each other out, and these are mostly younger ones. Plus they've been getting a bucket of grain every couple of days. Because these are the older cows, it's kind of handy them having more protein. So that's kind of the reasons that they were getting this. And for the most part, they were only getting one of these every other day, I think. Towards the end there, I kind of spaced out a couple of highway hay, because for some reason they all love the highway hay. It's weird. So yeah, I would throw one of those in there just to kind of space them out, that that's not getting too rich, because I was always told by my dad, you don't want them on too rich of a diet right at the end, because that's when the biggest last burst of growth is on the calves, so you don't want any monsters. So yeah, you actually dial back on the proteins. Still give them lots of energy, but dial back on the protein. And we've had a lot of good luck, touch wood, with that. So yeah, that is the last of that. So it's done well to last us through from, what was that, end of November, start of December, started using this stuff. So yeah. Okay. Sun's going down. Cows are fed. Now the night shift. Supper time. Yeah. If ever there is code pink right there, that's her. Little 26. She's well ready. And these pens are both ready for them to start calving. Should be any day, as you can tell by the width. So yeah. Another day, another adventure. Now that's how you zoomy at 2 days old. Are you playing hide and seek with your mama? Cutie. Hey you guys. 2 teenagers of the herd. Lamar, buddy, he's not much older than you, but look at the size difference on him. Remember, you're the cleanup. He's the boss man. I love my job, 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 I really love my job. I love it so much, I love it, yes I do. Oh I do, I love my job. Oh, I love my job, I love my job, yes I do. I so love it, don't you? Shit. Yeah, it may not seem like we've had as much snow this year as previous years, but there's certain things that just sort of let you put it into perspective. Yeah, it's fun when you have an opening like this. It just funnels it in. But actually most of this came from that direction. Yeah. And if there's one thing that I have figured out after a couple of decades in this country, is that if you have deep snow to move, and a lot of it, it's best to do it going downhill. Words of wisdom. That snowbank there is taller than the front tires, and it's heavy stuff. Turns out it was easier to go through the stuff in the ditch, because in this ditch it was untampered with, whereas there, the ridge there and there was plough banks, which is solid. So the stuff that was in there, right in there, is all that heavy blow-in stuff that just arrived, whereas the stuff there was the lighter granular stuff that had fallen through the winter. Still took about a dozen runs at that to get through there, but the weight of that on the tractor gave me the tread. So now I'm going to push all that over like this. Let's try and get this open because of the bale yard. Yeah. I think what we might end up doing if I have time is moving that gate that's over there to there. Yeah. I did cut an opening last year, if you remember. I had to cut an opening in that fence to get in there to go and do stuff. Because I think I had bales here too. Yes, I did. So, yeah, I may end up having to make that permanent. Yeah. Anyway, it's not getting pushed by itself. So yeah, day after the storm. So last night when the snow had stopped, we got in and bedded all the ones that really needed it, like the ones that are about to start calving. So that pen over there, that pen, not as high risk, but we bedded them anyway, just in case, you never know. As you can see, we blew a pile along that wall because that was the direction the wind was coming from. That way the babies could find a spot and kind of get buried in it, and for the most part it worked. And so here is number 2. As you can see, everybody, this is Cookie. Hey wee girl, how you doing? So Cookie is the 3rd baby heifer. That's why she's named. So yeah, girls get the tags in the right ear, boys get their numbers in their left ear. So when we have a girl that we know is staying, she gets her number in her right ear, and then she gets her name in her left ear, and that way we know she's a keeper. She's good, like she's for the most part her ears are good. Wasn't as cold over the last 2 days. Oh, you're coming? You come see your mummy? Now, she's a legacy cab because she comes from a family, the Suki line. So this is Suki. Suki is one of, I'm fairly sure, I think you're zoomed too far in. I think there's about 4 of the Suki line in the herd. So, but yeah, this is one of the reasons why. Oh, see, she just spied. Cookie just came around the corner. She's very, very relaxed until the baby shows up, and then she's very, very alert, but not dangerous wise. See, off she goes. Great little mum. Nice tidy little bag. Produces enough. All good. Then you get this one. So yeah, this was the first one born. So mum is nice. Like I said, she is somewhat quiet. She's not a pet. And from what I can see, the ears, probably half of the ears are going to be just fine, but that side, you can see the difference. The tip of the ears gonna just sort of shrivel up. But yeah, she's got a great bag. Holy crap, she could she could feed two. Isn't that right, Jade? Jade is another one of the Jet line. So there's Jade there. And then her sister, Jetstar, is over here. And then Jetta is up at the bell ring there. So yeah, all of them's mum is over there. That's Jet. So I think there's at least 7 from Jet that are in the herd. And that's not counting the sister, Jet's sister, the ancient one. Because she has at least 2 progeny over there alone. And then Jet has 2 progeny there and 1 in there. So yeah, there's a lot. But the genetics are strong. It's strong with this one. But the Suki line are nothing to do with the Jet line. And the one thing you can be guaranteed with the Sukis is they have these little white dots. Oh, sorry, she's having a poop. They have these little white dots. It's kind of a throwback to wherever, some part of the genetics. So, yeah. And that's, I was just having this conversation with somebody just recently. Hey, wee baby. That over the last 2 years, but last year specifically, weeding out the late calvers and some of the cows that were not pleasant. We're kind of caught up now. And the weird part is the entire herd has changed. The whole feeling of them. Like there's no aggression, there's no tense, there's no like they jump when you go walking past them. Like you can walk through these and they don't run away from you, they don't jump, and yeah. So it's weird. Like I said, just this last round, last year, there was a few that were not carrying, and then there was some that were carrying, but we knew we didn't want them to stay. So just that difference that made, just getting rid of a few, the whole herd just switched. So yeah, I'm gonna go and help Mrs. Piper Doug do some, there's some painting she's doing in the house, so I have to help her do some power sanding and then move some snow. Okay, I can't be the only one that finds this absolutely amazing. Like I've witnessed thousands of these. It still amazes me. The calf was just born. Now it's getting up to its feet, figuring it out. And the first thing it wants to do is go to a random spot on the creature that it just met and put some thing in its mouth and suck nourishment out of it. How does it know? How does it know to go to the not noisy end? Like to go to the end away from where the loving licks and noise comes from? How does it know? Very odd. Like I said, the miracle of birth is one thing, but this is different. It's like it's pre-programmed. Yeah, just fresh out of the oven. And thankfully, Mama waited till that dang storm was by. She was looking yesterday, she was looking off by herself. A little protective. She's not a Fruit Loop like all the rest of the time. She's fine, but the day before she calves and the day after she calves, just give her a white birth. Yeah, that's my little share for today. And there's number 4. So yeah, we're, what are we, 5 days, 6 days into calving? 4 on the ground? Which is good for us, because usually at the start it's a bit kind of hit and miss. One here, one there, but 4 in under a week, that's actually ahead for us, so yay. Apart from we've got a bit of a hospital case over here, number 3, the mum and the calf. I don't know, there's something, it's a steer calf, it's a bull calf, so I always maintain bull calves are dumber than females, so there is that. But tried to give it a bottle and it was having nothing of it, and it seems like it's drunk. It's got a gut full, and mum's vessel looks like it's been drank from, so I'm not gonna bother them too much. Calves is just weird. It acts like it's dying for 1 second, and the next second it's up running like it's on Red Bull. Weird. So yeah, all systems go. And there's number 5. Second today. Ay, ay, ay. So this is Pugsley. People might remember her name from 2 years ago. She didn't have a calf last year, but that's because the year before she had a calf at 1 year old. Yeah. She was a tiny wee mummy and had a tiny wee calvie. So yeah. Luckily enough, she had a calf this year, because if she didn't carry this year, that means she was ruined. So, oh my gosh, drama. So, and the one that we tagged through today, the one that calved yesterday, is back in the maternity pen because mum is being absolutely stupid, and so is the calf, acting like the two of them don't know each other. So yeah, they get to spend the night in the maternity pen, and if I don't see what I like, the calf's coming out and going in the workshop in the hot box and getting bagged, because it's dumb as the mother is. So, oh, full-blown drama. So we're still haven't popped the bubble in the first timers, but yeah, the first one in the second timers has gone. So, and yes, so since the last episode of Piper Doug, that's 5 on the ground. So yeah, we're really rolling. And I think I was saying in the last clip, this is Pugsley. Who are you? Keeping her company. Is that you, Sigger? Yeah, that's my Sigger. So yeah, Pugsley. She's the one in the million where we were in the middle of calving, and daughter Christina came in and said there's a calf, there's a young mother with a calf in the yearling pen. And we said, oh geez, one of the ones from here must have broke through. And nope, 1 year old and had a calf. And she did great. She cleaned it, fed it before we even knew that she'd had it. That was the crazy part. So then she didn't carry last year, which was her first year she should have been carrying at that age. Not those ones' age. Which we knew, a lot of people had said they don't usually carry their first proper year. So this was her trial. If she didn't carry this year, she would have to go down the road, but no, she did good. She's doing all the right noises and the right talking, and the baby's doing all the right moves. And yes, we now officially have a calf in the workshop in the box that had to be bagged. The mum's in the maternity pen. It's not really her fault. She was kind of sore when I pulled the milk out of her teats. It looked like they'd kind of start to seal up again. So whether the calf got a few drinks and then something happened with the calf just, it's not right in the head. So the next 24 hours will tell us how that goes. But we'll just keep moving, because like I said, there's 2 in that pen, there's 1 in that middle pen, there's 1 here, and then there's 1 in the workshop. So yeah, we're fully underway. So there's probably going to be another video uploaded this week, but it's mainly about a repair that I just did. So if you want to see the trials and tribulations of resealing, repacking hydraulic ram for that Ag Koalis tractor that we have. Wait for that video to come up. So until then, and no doubt many calves, teddy bye.